Good morning, all. In this session, we will be dealing with the poem The Astronomer written by Rabindranath Tagore. Before entering the poem, let me introduce a quote to you. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited as imagination embraces the entire world. This is a famous quote by Albert Einstein. Do you agree with this idea? Do you have ever looked at the sky and wondered how things work or imagined something magical? Okay, let me explain you. Knowledge is what we already know. It is limited to facts, information, and what has already been discovered. But imagination, however, has no limits. It allows you to think beyond what already exists and explore new ideas, inventions, etc. Now, let's take a look about the author. Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore is a towering Indian poet, philosopher, composer, and polymath, best known for his profound contributions to literature and arts, including his Nobel Prize on Literature in 1913 for his collection of poems, Geetanjali. He played a crucial role in reshaping Bengali literature and music, and his works explore the themes of humanism, spiritualism, and the struggle for freedom, while also leaving a lasting impact on education, cultural thought, and nationalist movement, blending Eastern and Western literary and philosophical traditions in a way that made him a globally celebrated figure whose legacy continues to inspire writers, musicians, and thinkers worldwide. Now, let's have a brief outlook about the poem. The poem celebrates the power of child's imagination, suggesting that sometimes wonder and dreams are just as important as fact and knowledge. Through the playful exchange, the poem shows a contrast between a child's wonder, filled with imagination, and an adult's scientific reasoning. The child sees the world with curiosity and creativity, while the elder brother focuses only on fact. Now, let's read the poem and see how differently a world can be seen through the eyes of a child. Stanza 1. I only said, when in the evening the round full moon gets entangled among the branches of a dadam tree, couldn't somebody catch it? But Dada laughed at me and said, Baby, you are the silliest child I have ever known. The moon is ever so far from us. How could anybody catch it? This is the first stanza. Let's move on to the explanation. Here, the child wonders if the moon can be caught when it appears tangled in the branches of the tree. The innocent question shows that the child's sense of wonder and imagination. The elder brother laughs kindly at the child's curiosity and he explains that the moon is far away and cannot be caught. This stanza highlights the contrast between a child's imagination and adult's understanding of reality. Let's move on to the second stanza. I said, Dada, how foolish you are. When mother looks out of her window and smiles down us playing, would you call her far away? Still, Dada said, you are the stupid child, but baby, where could you find a net big enough to catch the moon? This is the second stanza. Let's move on to the explanation. Here also we can see that the child is still arguing with the elder brother, saying that the moon is not far away, just like their mother who watches and sees and smiles from her window. This shows the child's innocent logic and imagination. The brother, however, responds practically, calling the child silly. He explains that even if the moon seems to be close, no one could find a net big enough to catch it. The stanza highlights the playful contrast between a child's wonder and the adult's reasoning. Let's move on to the third and the final stanza of the poem. I said, surely you could catch it with your hands. But Dada laughed and said, you are the silliest child I have known. It came nearer, you could see how big the moon is. I said, Dada, what the nonsense they teach at your school. When mother bends her face down to kiss us, does her face look very big? But still, Dada says, you are the stupid child. Let's move on to the explanation. The child insists that the moon could be caught with the hands if it came closer. Here also, the brother laughs and explains that the moon only looks small because it is far away, but in actually, it is very large. The child compares it to their mother bending down to kiss them, saying that her face doesn't look big when it. This shows the child's innocent way of understanding the world. The stanza beautifully captures the child's imagination and imaginative thinking and the adult's amused realistic response. This is all about the poem. Let's move on to the themes of the poem. Innocence and imagination of a childhood, contrast between emotional perception and logical reasoning. The third one, wonder and curiosity in child's perspective. The fourth one, science and poetic imagination. Science versus poetic imagination. These are the four major themes focused by the poet in this poem. Let's move on to the conclusion. The poem beautifully captures a conversation between a curious child and elder brother about the moon. The child, filled with wonder, believes that moon can be caught when it seems close to the earth or tangled in the branches of a tree. Each time, the brother laughs and explains that the moon is far away and impossible to catch, calling the child silly for thinking otherwise. However, the child continues to question with innocent logic, comparing the moon's closeness to their mother smiling from the window or bending down to kiss them. Through this playful exchange, the poem highlights the contrast between the child's imagination and adult's realistic understanding, celebrating the innocence, curiosity, and beauty of child's perspective. This is all about the poem. Thank you.